this small village of Rostrevor in County Down, I am involved in a project called Arts of Wonder, which brings together Christian, Jewish, Muslim leaders from Belfast, Dublin and London, and we've had a number of quite interesting conferences with these leaders, and we also hope to in the future have some political conferences which may possibly be private at the start.
I was going to ask you about, because obviously you've had the experience of living here in Northern Ireland with the conflict between two rival sides. You obviously then went to London and you've now come back. And one of the issues that we now have with the kind of polarisation of the politics here and potentially in the UK is that there's a lot of now racism, and they're talking about Labour with an anti-Semitic kind of a thing. There's also this sense that maybe the Conservatives aren't listening to everybody else, but there's been a lot of violence towards people that are not British. And I think today there's been a murder in Belfast, which is of someone from Europe. Is that what inspired the higher quality of disagreement or the Arts of Wonder, people to put together those kind of meetings?
Yeah, I think that's right, and it's kind of new thinking. I mean, you have to remember that Northern Ireland sits on the very edge of Europe, and even though we're members of the European community at present, there are different thoughts. For example, people here feel a great connection with America because of immigration. They have relatives in Boston or Philadelphia or New York, but don't have relatives in Bonn or Paris. But having said that, the European community has been very good to us in Northern Ireland in terms of peace funding. And I remember one of the first covering one of the first reports for rapporteur in the European Parliament in Strasbourg, I suppose about maybe 27 years ago or more, in which some of the key factors were identified. So they have taken a very close interest here, and my goodness, we would miss that interest if it was to be withdrawn in any way, because there's still piecework to be done. This Arts Wonder project in Rostrevor brings together some diverse thinking and trying to provide a safe place for people to dialogue in and sit down and break bread together and have discussions. We're working currently on a document called the Rostrevor Declaration, which is an evolving document which talks about disagreements, higher level of disagreements, but engaging in a very civilized way, while also making some hard talk as well, and acknowledging freedom of speech. And I think this is important, something like this happening. We're located just almost on the border between North and South. There have been, unfortunately, some racial incidents in Northern Ireland and in Southern Ireland, which has, of course, a much higher population of immigrants. The Arts of Wonder Collective recently took the opportunity to go and visit the Islamic Centre in Belfast because these people need our support, and people who have racist views because they live here in a place which is not used to immigration have to, I won't say re-educated, but perhaps they can learn to love thy neighbour.
We have more on the way, so please subscribe to this channel and check out the link below if you'd consider becoming a patron to help us keep making more content. Thanks for watching.